I promised to myself that I would never buy a house in the United States because that was very expensive, and I would never get in such debt. Um,
Did you ever think that you'd be on a show that the
no, man,
major
no,
theme
man.
is how to buy rental properties in the United States of America?
No, man, no, brother. But about 6 months down the road, I realized that that year I would have wasted $18,000 in rent alone, and I decided that I would apply for a mortgage somehow. So in June, I approached my mortgage processor and I told him, what would it take for me to get approved before the end of the year? And they gave me the list. I worked on the list and I got approved by November. And I celebrated Thanksgiving with a new approval. Um, so that was it. Good enough there. I was happy about it. But the bad thing about it is that 3 months down the road, I got relocated. My church administration told me that they needed me. They really needed me in Orlando for another endeavor, and I am used to not saying no to God, so I said yes, I'll do it. And but then I thought to myself, what is going to happen with that house? I just bought it, and if I sell it, I'll lose like $20,000. And somebody told me, well, give it a shot with renting it out, and I did it. And long story short, 7 years down the road, the house had made about $150,000 between principal pay down and property appreciation. So what I did was I I put up a 1031 exchange, uh, bought 3 properties with the JWB with that money, about $50,000 down payment each, and then took some money out of the 403B, which we should do at our job, and some savings that I had, and completed 5 properties, one big shot. That's the way it worked. But Greg did ask about the bumps in the road to get to JWB. I had heard about JWB before, but the ROIs you guys teach, you guys showcase are not as good. I mean, let's be honest, they are on the low end in regards to investing. So I shopped around, I looked around, and I decided that someone else could give me a better idea, a better return perhaps. And yeah, the returns may be a little higher, but I didn't notice that you guys were not advertising the they call it the property appreciation,
Yeah, the appreciation.
right? And when you counted that, the other vendor was at about 20%. No, you guys were about 21%. They were about 23 to 27%, and they had a little bit of a difference, with you guys, and that was that when they got you in the partnership, they call it a partnership. You provide the credit, you provide the money, they provide the HR, the research, the whatever, and they buy the houses for you, whatever. Um, they rent them out just the same way you guys do, but they want 50% of the profits.
Mm.
So when you count it like 50% of 29, it's still 15%. 100% of 20, it's still more. So I decided that I would switch. Um, I had already lost $15,000 because these guys do charge an upfront joining kind of fee.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Pablo a few weeks back that one of the things I appreciate about JWB is that you guys are very client focused. Like, yeah, I mean, everybody makes money, and I'm pretty sure you guys make a lot of money, but you are very transparent in the sense that you want us to succeed, and I am grateful for that. Um, that particular part really impressed me. And then one day I messaged Greg on Facebook, and he sent me an accept, and responded right away. And it was not his assistant, I hope.
No, it was me.
um, and so that gave me another side of the, these guys are like genuine. Yeah.
You know, what you just shared there was, man, it gives me chills because there's so many elements of that I think people can relate to. I can relate to. You know, the first thing I wanted to say is just, wow, what an incredible journey to come from Colombia to come to a brand new country, right? I mean, people take that for granted. I lived in Spain for a little while, and like going to another country and starting a new life in another country, people don't give that nearly enough credit, right? And then to come to this country and to go on this journey that you've been on, as far as just learning the language, but also your investing education, to go from a place where you didn't have a lot of money, but more than that, you said, listen, I'm never going to buy a house, to now surrounding yourself with the right education, the right people, to now coming to a place where not only did you buy your primary residence, you now have purchased multiple rental properties, and you're throwing out terms that a lot of people on this call might not even understand, like 1031 exchange and 403B, right? I mean, your journey is just incredible. It's a testament to you.
Yeah, and the reason I took your invitation, Greg, to share my story and that kind of thing, is that I believe that in spite of the fact that this conversation is about real estate investment and not about religion or about child care education or about graduate studies, like is my story. Those things do give you an idea of how to get into the greatest things you want to do in life. And some of the people that are on the chat may think, I want to do this, but I don't know if I'm able to do it. Yes, you can do it. It's a matter of getting into it and jumping in, and God will give you a hand. And if you find the right people, that'll happen.